Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to create a number of videos that tells you about different types of accounting careers that are very diverse across our industry. Again, not all accounting jobs are sitting behind a computer, putting in invoices and printing out those invoices, and that's all they do all day long. That's not necessarily the entirety of accounting. In fact, that's what I love about this is that accounting is so unique to each specific industry. It can be unique to so many different aspects. My area of expertise is more nonprofit government accounting. That's what I like to do. I do like to talk about fraud a lot because that's what I decided to make my dissertation topic on. So here, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be pulling you into this YouTube channel. This is one of the individuals. He's a YouTuber. He flies planes, and I find him interesting because he tells us how the planes work, and I kind of like knowing that stuff, so I can kind of like watch to make sure they're doing it right. I'm a control freak. That's what accounting people do. We like to control things. So I'm going in here and I'm going to go ahead and click on this, and it's only like a 20-minute or not 20-minute, 20-second segment, which he's talking about something I never even thought of, and it blew my mind. My little black heart, accounting heart, started beating with numbers when he started talking about that. I was like, oh my gosh, how cool is this? So let me go ahead and play him.
Now, something I never considered before was that when you're flying over another country, that country owns that airspace. So as a plane crosses into each new country's airspace, that airline is going to have to pay a fee for flying over that country. The airline will have to get permission from that country to fly over the country, and they're also going to have to pay that country money for flying over that country. There have been times when I'm flying, as you know, I go to a lot of random places in the world, and sometimes we'll make a line to stay out of the country. Sometimes I think it's because it's cheaper to pay the extra gas to fly outside that country's airspace. Sometimes it's political, and I don't really get involved in all that, but it is interesting to see sometimes what looks like would be a more straight line is actually going away from another country, and you're not having to pay that airspace fee. But earlier...
Okay, so what he's going to go in and he's going to talk about the Russian-Ukrainian war. I don't want to get into that. But what I'm going to like really get all happy about is I never knew that there was some situations where we had to pay to go inside another country's airspace. I mean, I never really even thought about it. My little United States head thinking here, this is my world and I'm not thinking about the world as a whole. I just think about my little bubble. So I found that fascinating that there is going to be this billing procedure that they have to go in and pay to enter into another country's airspace. And then you need to look on top of that, there's going to be, you got the cost. Well, what is the cost? Well, it's not going to be in dollars. It's probably going to be like he has one of them set up in euros. I'm sure there's pounds. I'm sure there's yen. There's pesos. There's all kinds of different currency. And as we all know, that this currency rates change. When many moons ago, when I used to run down to Alcadones and go eat at Pueblo Viejo, I could get a meal for, let me see, I think it was 10 to 12 pesos, and it was 2 tamales, an enchilada, or maybe it was 2 chili rellenos. I don't know, it was something like that. And that's what was like 10 to 12 pesos per dollar. So now I can't remember what the currency exchange rate is, but the last time I looked, it was like 22 to 24 pesos per dollar. So you can see that these do change over time depending on the economy. So not only do I have to, if I was in this position, I need to worry about what is going to be the cost to go into that country, what is going to be the exchange rate, and should I pay them today or tomorrow? Maybe the exchange rate's going to go down, maybe it's going to go up. We don't know. And I've also found it really interesting, and this goes into managerial accounting, is there's a choice there. They can either bypass the countries and spend a little bit more on fuel, or they can go through those countries. So here's a financial choice. Which one is going to be the best option? And so sometimes you can call that an opportunity cost. Sometimes you can think about it as a sunk cost, meaning that you've already put the money into it, you put the fuel into the plane. You got to think about, okay, from my understanding, the fuel is so much different than what goes in the plane than what goes in our vehicles. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot in what the difference is. I just probably have a feeling they're paying less than $4.50 a gallon. So just some fuel for thought. Again, I'm going to find some other clips about different types of accounting careers and share that with you so that you can see the amazing world of accounting. I love it, I love it, I love it.